this lesson is based on the book Success for Teens, and it's centered around the concept that there is no such thing as failure. No such thing. That can seem kind of crazy, but there is no such thing as failure. And you're probably thinking, I'm a little nuts right now. Maybe you just failed your U.S. history test today. Maybe you didn't even make the basketball team and tryouts last month. And you're like, hello, I just failed. What do you mean there's no such thing as failure? Well, I'm sticking with that statement. There is no such thing as failure. See, our world is programmed to think that failure is bad. We fail making first chair in band tryouts. We fail at all-state choir. And, maybe sometimes we even fail in our relationships with others or in our relationship with God. Well, the world we live in definitely doesn't celebrate failure. So what I'm trying to do is to stretch your brain a little bit in this lesson. I'm trying to challenge you to rethink the way you look at failure. Instead of looking at failure as a bad thing, what would happen if we looked at it as an opportunity? Think of it this way. Do you love your phone? I mean, love it. You love texting, talking to friends, checking your Facebook, checking your Twitter, growing onto YouTube, whatever. You love your phone. Well, do you know that your phone took Alexander Graham Bell 6 years of failures to get it right? 6 years of failing. It took him 6 years of trying things that didn't work to get the telephone right. So the next time you go to text a friend, remember that you're texting from 6 years of failure. So failure is not something to be afraid of or something to fear. Failure is best used when you learn from it. I like Moses in the Bible. Moses got really excited because God called him to do something really cool. And in that excitement, he ended up killing a guy. That's a pretty big failure to come back from. But yet he did. He received God's forgiveness and got back on track with his life. He ended up leading a nation out of slavery. So when you take failure and you learn from it and use it to your advantage, failure can be a really good thing. I like point number 1 in the book Success for Teens. It talks about the fact that success is built on failure. Failure is something, it's basically just all in your head, and it's all about how you respond to it. And the great thing is that your response is something that you can choose. Now, a lot of the stories I've shared so far really show that's true. There's so many successful people that have taken a failure and they've built upon that failure to create success. Learning to handle failure now when you're a teenager will really set you up for success in the future. Now, this isn't an encouraging statement I'm about to make, but there's going to be times in your life where you're going to fail. But the good news is that you can pick yourself up from that failure, and you can choose whether you're going to go forward and learn from it and become successful. There's a verse I like in Philippians 3:13, and it says, "No, dear brothers and sisters, I am still not all I should be, but I am focusing all my energies on this one thing, forgetting the past and looking forward to what lies ahead." In order to be a success in life, you've got to do just that. You've got to forget the past and look ahead to what's in front of you. I remember one time I was driving to work and I dropped my phone on the floor. Klutzy me. And, obviously I was trying to look for my phone while I was driving. Probably not the best idea I've ever had. So I was, scrambling around trying to find the phone that fell on the floor. And in doing that, I ended up driving off onto the shoulder of the road where all that gravel is. And it kind of scared me. But it was a good reminder to me, that when I'm not looking ahead, when I'm not looking forward to what lies ahead, then I'm going to get off track. And really that's exactly what this lesson is about. It's a good reminder that being a success in driving or being a success in life, you've got to always be looking ahead, not at the past. So the choice is yours how you're going to handle failure. You can grow from it and learn from it, or you can allow it to stop you, but it's really just up to you. Failure is going to happen to you in your lifetime. So I encourage you to learn how to deal with failure in positive ways. And God can really help you out with this if you ask Him. He's really cool. He wants to speak wisdom to your heart that will help you get on track and help give you insights to deal with that failure that you've just experienced. So I'm going to leave you right now with a great quote. And it says simply this: the formula for success is quite simple. Double your rate of failure.